Hello. This is rather exciting because it's my first live stream in English. And I thought of doing the live stream in English because I know several people and friends who have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about in the other videos. So I thought it would be very nice for several people and others, of course, to be able to understand. So that's why it's in English. Probably from now on, I'll try to speak in English. My English is not so bad, so I don't think it will be a big problem. And then yeah, and then thought it would be nice to say that for me, non-duality is a very strange word. I rather use the flow of life, or the free flow in which everybody and everything is appearing, and to make it accessible. Because for me, non-duality in the sense of the word and the description of it, just recently, just like less than a year ago, came on my path, because it was like a recognition of what is talked about. And but it doesn't anyway, it doesn't matter anyway. And I hope that sound is good. And if there's anybody who would like to ask a question, I think it's possible. This is another new program, so that I'm trying. If it's not possible to ask a question, you can always email me on amazingly, which is, you write it as amazing in English and then Lee, L-I-E, amazingly, at Gmail. No, not at Gmail, at hotmail.com. The beauty of the fullness of everything that's appearing and that's being experienced is so full on, it's so intense. And yeah, that's the beauty of sharing and of talking about it, because there is absolutely, it's limitless. It's nothing that can be described, and therefore I also have decided to start doing things for people to experience, not just talking, but also, or at least gathering with others to have a kind of transmission. And it's very open for anybody to join, and even if there's no questions, because people might not have any questions, and that's absolutely fine. You don't have to have questions about about this, because it just is. It's beautiful not having questions. It's beautiful to not having the need of knowledge, of knowing. The not knowing is so underestimated, is not appreciated by society. The not knowing is, yeah, it's like a unseen. But in the unseen, everything is said and everything is known and everything is there. So it doesn't matter. You can just not know anything and be completely divine, because that's all there is. You are divine and you are complete and full. And that's also the thing that I'd like to share, that even when you might experience that things get stuck in your life, or you feel you have a moment of experiencing where you are stuck, you don't feel like there's a flow in your life, you can't feel the joy, you can't feel the essence. And that's possible. These moments do happen, and these moments just appear for everything, for everyone, for the being, the human being who is living in duality and who has ideas about it. It happens. Just that it happens doesn't mean that there's no essence flowing for you and through you. It still happens. It's still continuing. It's still there, always, every moment, every second. There is fulfillment, oneness, complete. And yeah, sometimes there's so little to say. I'm planning to give, I'm busy already organizing more meetings and possible ways to connect with people. And one of them is through Skype. And my Skype is, oh, I forgot. I will mention it in the video later when I upload it. Well, anyway, you have already my email, and the thing is that I feel when I'm in connection, when I'm meeting people in daily life, that it's always there. It's always there, and it's so right in front of us. It's just so present. The presence of fullness, of no, not of fullness, of wholeness, and and I enjoy so much to make this connection with others. I think it's so beautiful, and therefore I want to, organize these events. I'm starting to organize these events at first in Holland, and I'll probably do them in Dutch, because I'm in Holland. But when there's people who don't understand Dutch and would like to join, then you are very welcome. And when I have these events, I will share them on my Facebook, so you can check it there. And well, this is something that is an ongoing thing, and it's now happening, and I'm very glad that it's happening. So, and yeah. And it's nice to have people that are understanding that it is so simple, and yeah, it makes me feel it's such, I feel so humble or so small, you know. It's because it seems like I am speaking, and it's not. It's just, there's no other way. I thought just a while ago, I thought, I don't have a need for anything. There's nothing that I'm longing for anymore. What should I speak about? What should I do in my life? There's nothing, there was not really a purpose or a goal or something that I thought, this is it, there was no longing. So when that happened, and because everything fell away, and awakening happened, then there is no contraction, so there is no longing for anything. And that is it doesn't mean that you don't have simple longings, and your body doesn't long to be fed and to take care of, and that these things, they just happen, and it's like the routines, they will just continue. But not like in the past, there would be an ambition, something to desire for in the future, and something to desire for, to something to reach. And what I experienced is that I didn't have any longing to reach anywhere, and actually it's still there. But I just also, I noticed that, yeah, it wants to be spoken about. Something wants to be transmitted. And it's funny also to speak in English. I'm sure that when I will listen later what I've spoken, I can already hear it's a very Dutch English. I love the English, the really English, yeah, native English. But it's not me. it's not my expression. But it doesn't matter. At least others can listen. And yeah, there came a certain drive from out of nowhere to create, or to connect, actually, to connect. And it's happening, and I'm glad for it, because if there wouldn't be anything like that, I'm very much, it's nothing that there's no looking for anything. And that's so strange, because there has been so much looking for things, for true happiness in the personal way, in a personal matter. And now there is none. There's no personal way. There's just a way which is also like gone. It's like everything is gone. It's like, I was talking with my friend, and he likes very much quantum physics and everything. And then he said there was in the news like 2 black holes. They were colliding just recently. And then I said, when these 2 black holes collide, then you get a new, it's like, it's like there's nothingness, but there's also created a new knowing, a new form. Anyway, I can't really recall the words, but it was a beautiful symbol for what's happening when there's awakening. Everything just falls away. And yeah, in a way, there's some kind of feeling of being of service to the life that I'm part of. And that's also just in daily life, like today I was working in a place with all different kind of entrepreneurs, startups and everything, really nice. And I'm like the host of the day. And I make the lunch. And I love to do this, it's just beautiful. It's just makes me forget everything. I'm just doing the lunch, and that's the beauty of all these little simple things. And just being on the bicycle, and I see the way the light in the morning is shining, because last night it was freezing, so it was frost on everything this morning, and the sun was shining, and I was riding my bike to that place. And then seeing the frost on seeing the light on the frost, so beautiful. And yeah, the things that don't seem to have any meaning, the things that are just overlooked. Everything that is in between everything. I think that's just the most wonderful experience there is on earth. Many times there's also just this complete silence of, actually most of the time there's just this, the presence of presence. The presence that once you speak, there's nothing to be spoken about. It's like when you visit somebody, or you have a friend who just had baby, and the baby was just born. And you go to see them, and you see the baby, and there's instant recognition. There's instant, connection, even though the child cannot speak. There's no verbal exchange. There's just that presence. And the presence is so deep, so beautiful. Even in suffering, even in dying. And people are so afraid of death. Death is so misvalued, the misunderstood. Death is just emptiness. Emptiness that is full. There's no death. No, just a physical death. But just as we came to stay here on earth, there's no knowing of on how we came to stay here. There's no knowing of what happened, where we came from. There's lots of things to imagine, and there's things that we can think of, but we don't remember exactly. Maybe sometimes as children, I've heard stories of parents that spoke about their child, and they said that their son was 2 years old or so, and he could speak, and he told them where he came from. You know, like, because there's until that age there is no separation. There is knowing. There's knowing. And there's knowing before identification, and after that there's identification. Identification, yeah. So that is so beautiful. I'm planning an event. It's a small event in Leiden on the 4th of March. And I will give you the details later. In the evening, Friday, 4th of March in the evening, from 7:30 on. Okay. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you later. Okay.